Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a very spontaneous vlog. I wasn't planning on vlogging this weekend. It's the Easter weekend, it's the bank holiday, and I thought with it being Easter, by the time this goes up, it won't be, Easter will have been and gone, so wasn't planning on vlogging over the Easter weekend. However, I have embarked on what I can only describe as becoming a tornado throughout the entire home from top to bottom style, declutter, sort out. Yeah, we're going through every single drawer basically. So I thought, I've been sharing it on my Instagram story, and there's been quite a few DMs and also comments on the post that I popped up of me lying on my bed covered in all sorts of things. There's been comments asking if I'm vlogging it, and so I thought I will pick up the vlogging camera and just document kind of what I'm up to, and yeah, just share some of that with you in case it might give you some motivation if you're doing similar yourself. I used to make a lot of decluttering videos and I feel like I haven't done it in ages. I find that it can be a little bit distracting when I'm really trying to focus on the decluttering and having a proper sort out. When I'm trying to film it and vlog it, it can kind of feel like I'm trying to do two things at once. And with decluttering, it's really good to fully focus. So I'm not going to be documenting every single stage of it, but what I'm going to do is pick up the camera and just show you what I'm up to and just kind of show you progress as I go along. So yeah, that is what this video is going to be about, and I'll just chuck in anything else that I feel like along the way, and hopefully you'll enjoy this declutter-ish kind of vloggy vlog. I am kicking things off with some Lidl finds. So yeah, I went down to the gym. It is Saturday afternoon, so I had gym and then swim, and then I popped into Lidl on the way home. That's kind of like a little routine that I like to do. And so in Lidl, first of all, they've got some really good new dupes in store, which I thought I would have to pick up to show you. First of all, we have these luxury spa. They're basically like the Sanctuary, I think, Sanctuary Spa products, which I absolutely love, particularly this one, which is like the classic scent. So it says Luxury Spa Jojoba Body Wash, beautifully scented with vitamin E and jojoba oil by the Deluxe range. And honestly, if you know that smell, the classic Sanctuary body wash smell, this is, I mean, I can't really tell the difference, to be honest with you. And it's £2.19 a bottle, decent size that. 500ml. I can't get my words out. I'm excited to show you these little bits. And then we also have the Rose and Magnolia one. So Rose, Magnolia and Shea Butter in here. And that's lovely. I don't remember smelling this as a Sanctuary product before, so I can't really compare it. But it's a lovely scent. So yeah, they had the two options in store, so I grabbed one of each to share those with you. I just thought that's a fantastic price, and I really like all of their hand washes and other things that they do in there, so I'm sure they'll be great. With it being the Easter weekend, they've got the reduced veg on, so I picked up some spring onions for 15p. They'll be good for salads in the week. And I also picked up a bag of carrots. It's kind of spontaneously made me want to make like a mini roast, I think, so I'm going to do some carrots. These were 8p. I've got some potatoes in the fridge already, and then with that in mind, I just grabbed some chicken legs, and these are like, how much are these? I've actually got the receipt somewhere. So yeah, I grabbed some chicken legs. Didn't want to get a whole chicken, but I thought I could pop those in the oven with some potatoes and just make some gravy. Yeah, £2.19 for those. And then I got some parsnips as well, and these were part of the veg thing. I know they do that at Christmas, but I didn't realise it was an Easter thing. So they also had some bargain bags of potatoes, which I've already got. And they had Swedes down to like 15p, and green beans as well, which is really impressive. They'd sold out of those, but they were down to, yeah, something like 15p as well. The parsnips are also 8p, so yeah, total bargain. So I think at some point, maybe either tomorrow or Monday, I'll make like a mini roast dinner with those. And then I picked up some tortilla chips in front of the television, nacho cheese. These are like 89p or something like that, I think they are now. What's the price of them? Yeah, 89p for those, and then for 99p I got a pot of hummus to go with them. And then I got some roasted and salted peanuts, just the Simply ones. These are also a total bargain in Lidl. How much are they? 59p. And then some of these mini mix forest fruit and exotic lollies. So these, hello mittens, it's a big meow. These are like the mini ones, you get 12. They're a bit like Soleros, I would say, and £2.19. And we have had some nice sunshine. It's been a little bit windy this weekend, but yeah, the sunshine is here, so that's great. So yeah, I'm gonna get this lot put away, and yeah, I will just pick up the camera and kind of just, yeah, show you what I'm up to. Everywhere is chaos, by the way, so just to warn you, it might not feel very relaxing, this video, when you see the chaos that I'm in, but I've got plans, and I've hired a car, well, for a couple of hours on Tuesday, so all the bags of stuff that I'm putting together can be taken to the various places. I feel like Mittens needs to say hello. Come on, come on. Come and see everyone. Oh, you little meower. You can let me carry you through. Come on then. Yes. How are you today, Mittens? My little Easter bunny. Do you want to play? I've been so busy that I think, yeah, I think it's definitely playtime. Pumpkin's upstairs chilling on the bed. So yeah, I'm sure you'll see him shortly. So on the kitchen counter, I have one of these Poundland bags full of random, it's mostly like medication, and a random bottle opener in here. That's from, oh my goodness, and there's like a random Strepsil that looks like it's been half sucked. So that's delightful, isn't it? This is all random bits that I found in the bedroom that don't really belong in there. So what I'm also doing as part of this sort of declutter is just getting things into the rooms that they belong in. So I keep all of my medication and this kind of stuff in the kitchen. This is a umbrella cover, which I need to put with the umbrellas. There's a bottle opener in here. I was shooting a how to pack your boot for a ferry journey video, and that was an essential that I wanted to include. So a lot of that stuff ended up in the bedroom when I unpacked the car from that shoot, and hence that ending up in the bedroom. So that's now returned to the kitchen. And then this random bit of wood, that's like an offcut for a bit of like joinery that I was doing on the floor between the bathroom and the hallway. So yeah, that's just come down. I might actually save that because I always find uses for these little kinds of bits of wood, just for like finishing corners and stuff. And then everything else in here is medication. So I'll sort through this in like random bits of chewing gum. So I'll sort through that and get that lot put away all properly in here. This is why I like to start at the top of the home. So I've worked my way through the loft and then onto the bedroom, and I'm kind of dipping into the bathroom up there a little bit as well because that's also a nightmare at the moment. And then yeah, anything that needs to be rehomed further down in the home, I'm kind of just shoving into bags, and it will either go into the hallway or come into the room where it needs to be sorted. But for now, I will just leave that in the kitchen. My main focus is the bedroom, hence why I've got a bag of bits that belong in the kitchen that have come out of the bedroom. So these sort of things just gather, don't they? Sometimes you end up with like water bottles or medications or bits from trips that you've been on that, you know, when you've unpacked and then they haven't worked their way back into their correct places in the home. So that's where I've been a little bit naughty and haven't dealt with things as soon as I should have. And I'm also looking at bits in the bathroom as well, because that's where I keep a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of storage in the bathroom. So yeah, I'm also tackling the cupboard in there too. Okay, I have just cracked open a Pepsi Max because it is 7:30 at night, and this is the situation, which it was so much worse at this time yesterday. So yeah, there has been quite a lot of progress, but basically today I stripped all of the beds. So I've been doing loads of washing. I've actually had some of the bedding down at the laundrette, and yeah, everything's washed and dried now. So it's a case of putting everything back on. Whilst I did that, I basically went through every single pillow, pillowcase or pillow protector, mattress protector, duvet cover, duvet, and made sure that everything kind of matches up, that I've got even numbers of everything, and got rid of any excess that wasn't necessary. So I've now got 2 sets for on here. I've got a single for downstairs, and that's pretty much it. And then I've kept the matchy pillows, if that makes sense. I've got like 2 long, 2 firm, 2 feather, 2 medium across the whole shebang. So for the time being, I think I'm going to get all this up put away, get the bed made because it's getting on, and just get all these clothes put away. That's the heated dryer that I've got from Lakeland, and it's brilliant. And yeah, I just put it out in the bedroom sometimes because it's like, where do you do it? Where do you do it? If you live in a flat as well, where do you do your drying? The weather has been getting nicer, so I think I'll put the other rack that I've got out on the roof garden soon to get some bits dried out there. But we've been having showers, so yeah, the joys of living in a flat or an apartment. The drying happens in the room sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna get this all put away and I'll show you a little update of where I am with everything. Okay, that is as much of the clothes I can put away. All of this is still drying. With these racks, I've had questions about the drying racks, the heated drying racks before, and how long it takes to dry. If you spread things out across the rails, it's so much quicker. So obviously it depends on how much you're hanging on it. But when you spread things out like that, it will dry in no time. But what also really speeds it up is to put the cover on it. If you don't have one of these covers, you can obviously buy this from Dry Soon as well. I'll leave the drying rack that I use and also the cover linked, but you can throw over a fitted sheet, like a single fitted sheet, but just don't leave it unoccupied because this one has special like vents in it to allow like the steam to come out of it and stuff. So yeah, if you are using a fitted sheet, do be careful, but it would have a similar effect in that it will kind of keep the warmth in. It makes everything dry a lot faster. I've moved these drawers out from this wall over there and I've put them to the side here. I feel like they sit quite nicely underneath the print and kind of just make that like a nice little area. And then over here, basically in the mornings, Pumpkin will knock down anything that I have on the bedside table. And I mean anything. So I'm trying this out. I had this like picnic hamper. It's one that a brand sent to me and it's personalised and with the IC on there. And so I thought here I would keep the bits that I use in this corner, which is basically my hair straighteners, the steamer, the iron and the hairdryer. And I've got the plugs down here as well. This is currently charging the vacuum cleaner battery, but yeah, I just thought if I chuck everything in there, it's kind of tidy. I can also put my phone charger cable across. I've actually been charging my phone in the basket, kind of shutting it away. But yeah, Pumpkin can jump onto that, which he did do this morning, but yeah, nothing to knock over. I just put my water bottle on the floor now. When Pumpkin does want to get me up at any hour from 3 AM onwards, then yeah, hopefully that will be slightly quieter. Gosh, it does look messy, but this is the reality. Yeah, lots is... Oh, who's that? Someone's coming to say hi. It's Mittens. Let me show you some progress. I feel like I need to, yeah, just motivate myself to carry on. Hello, Mittens. Coming to inspect things. So yeah, I've sorted out these drawers, much tidier now. This was absolute chaos before. My trainer section's actually pretty good now. I moved out all of my kind of summer sandals and flip-flops and things like that to a different space, which I'll show you in a moment. But then my formal shoes, which are next door, yeah, this is still this is still quite full, but I'm reluctant to get rid of any of these because they just go with different suits, and it's not that often that I wear them, but when I do, I kind of need the option. So yeah, there's also some boots in there towards the back, like snow boots and things like that, like winter boots. Hello. Mittens is wondering what's going on with all these different changes. So yeah, I've got these new heel grips that I picked up in Poundland for my, I'm going to use them probably in these ones actually, these Kurt Geigers, which are slightly too loose for me. And yeah, that's that. So there is some more order in here at least. And so I've dedicated this drawer at the wardrobe for kind of like the summer sandals, summer shoes. It's quite jam-packed still, isn't it? I still wear all of these and I will wear them throughout the summer. So yeah, there we are, that is that. I've emptied out all of the travel bits. Oh, goodbye focus. This is the current situation on the floor. I've taken the carpet up from in here because it kept catching on those drawers because it was kind of tucked under the bed and wrinkling up. So I'm going to go back to no carpet, I think, for the time being and see how that goes. This is travel bits and pieces that I've been sorting through and like trying to organise, which belongs in the drawers in the wardrobe. And then this, I have to say, give this a little shout out. This vacuum cleaner called the Halo is brilliant. I highly recommend it. So it comes with 2 of the batteries, and so I'm charging the other one at the moment, so you never have a flat battery, which I love, and it's so easy to switch up between the 2 different nozzles. Well, there's more than 2, but these are the main 2 that I use. It's not too noisy. I'll just show you how quick it is to switch over. So you just literally pop that off, and then it comes with this bit that goes on here, so you can actually store it on that, which I quite like, so it's always available. A lot of the other bits I just keep in a container in the bathroom, which I'll show you, but then yeah, you just click that on and you're good to go. I love the fact it has the torch as well when you switch the roller on, so you can really see what you're doing. Let me just show you the other bits that it comes with in the bathroom, which is another room that is currently, just be warned. Some order is starting. I'm doing the laundry products. Hello, you join me in the bathroom cupboard, which I'm also sorting out. Now, in here, I do keep all of my laundry detergents and various lotions and potions. I also keep my suitcases, and at the top, I have some bedding. Actually, I'd forgotten that was up there, which I need to pull out and go through. It looks like kind of blanket slash towels, I think, at the top one there. And then down here, I have more cleaning products, which are kind of getting out of hand slightly, and some other bits and pieces to go through. And then at the bottom, I've got 2 doors down here where I keep the massive suitcase, and then I keep my dehumidifier, which can be used in wintertime when drying clothes, my miniature ironing board, and the cat litter. So it's just kind of like taller, bigger, bulkier stuff in there. But yeah, I've got deep cupboards here. So it is a lot of space that can be utilised. A lot of it is taken up now with the suitcases. I have one suitcase, quite a big one, that I'm going to donate because I've whittled the suitcases down to like a set of 3, and then I've got a small cabin one that I love to use all the time because it's got the front laptop pocket on it. And yeah, why did I come in the bathroom? This is what happens. Why did I come in here? I was going to show you something. Oh yeah, the other bits of the, the vacuum cleaner. Let me just move this one up. So yeah, I've put everything into these plastic crates, which fit in here quite neatly, and it means that I can double stack them. But into one of them, I've got the other attachments of the vacuum cleaner. Now, sometimes with our vacuum cleaners, we don't even use all of the attachments. And with this one, it had like the big bulky thing to use to hang the vacuum cleaner up, which I never use. So I've got rid of that. I just, you know, accept that I'm never going to screw that onto a wall somewhere to hang my vacuum cleaner up. So I've got rid of that to clear some space. But the other sections, this one is for hard floors. It's got the dusting brush, which is good for not scraping the skirting boards, which is very easy to clip on. And then it has the mini upholstery roller. Again, when you press the button, this rotates, so it really does get all the fur up nicely with that. And then what I really like, and I always like to see with a vacuum cleaner, is the flexi hose bit, because this, for example, on the kitchen shelf, the charity shop shelf, the kittens love to sleep on the top of it, but it does get a little bit dusty up there. There's kind of like a really narrow gap. It's about this big between the ceiling and that top shelf. Now, with a stick like nozzle on the vacuum cleaner, you wouldn't be able to get that in. So with something like this, you can literally just get the hose around and reach through and yeah, get all the dust up from there. So I was able to give it a good dust. And then 2 of the cushion covers that were going to go to charity, they're kind of like fleecy ones. I thought actually I can use those, fold them in half and pop them up there on top of the shelf for Pumpkin and Mittens to chill out on. So they've got their kind of like nice dust-free space up there with a nice furry little section for them to rest on. So yeah, this bit's very handy. And then it does take bags, and I wanted to flag that with you because although I'm highly recommending this as a vacuum cleaner if you're after a new one, having tried and tested it for a long time now, the price point on it's quite high, and I always think it's worth factoring in whether you're willing to then spend more on the dust bags. For me, I really like it because it's so clean. When you empty it, you just press the button, it drops straight into the bin, and it means that, you know, you're not getting all that dust into the air. The price point on it's around £500, so it is a pricey one. It's definitely premium, but it is so lightweight, so powerful, and the double battery are kind of like, yeah, what makes it a winner for me. And also the fact that it takes the bags, because personally, I'm quite a fan of them. We sent it well over a year ago, and yeah, I am still really loving it. So it does come highly recommended from me if that's something that you are after and interested in. It's available from Amazon, and I also have my Amazon store where I link any kind of my recommended products as well. So any kind of cleaning bits or home organisational stuff, any bits of my travels. Also even little things like this filming lamp that I'm using, which is a very, very handy one because you can pop it into cupboards such as this one and choose a slightly more flattering angle than the one that I'm demonstrating with now. But this is such a versatile little lamp. You can change the brightness of it, but you can also change the colour temperature. So if you're filming by a window, you can switch it to blue like that. That is not flattering. Let's get it up a bit higher. But yeah, this is a great little gadget. It's rechargeable, comes with a little USB cable, and very, very handy for filming because I'm doing a bit of crafting, or you're doing some photography, if you need a bit of additional light, if you've got a small business, any of those things. It's one of my favourite little gadgets, and any bits like that I'll also make sure are updated on my Amazon store for you. So yeah, now I'm procrastinating again. This is what happens when I come to this cupboard. It's one of my favourite places because we have all the scents that I can sniff. This is a blooming lovely one, this new Enchanted Wildflowers from Mrs. Hinch, but I do also love the Fairy, and then this new comfort, the Enchanted Apple Forest, which I was very lucky to be invited along to the launch for because it's in collaboration with Disney Snow White. This, I've just washed the single bedding for the bed downstairs, and it smells very, very fresh, very crisp. It's kind of like that crisp apple scent. So yeah, next, oh goodness me, that's a good one. That is a good one, and it smells really good on the bedding. So yeah, give those a sniff next time you're in the cleaning aisle. I've got to get back to the bedroom. I need to get the bed made. So what I'm thinking is, it's getting on for 8 o'clock now. I'm going to call it a night soon because last night I went until it was past midnight, and that was silly. I felt so tired this morning getting up after that. But I'm going to try and get the bedroom into some kind of reasonable state, and also, yeah, do we do a bit of the bathroom this evening? And I will come back with another update tomorrow. Good morning, happy Sunday, happy Easter Sunday. I know that obviously Easter has passed by the time you're watching this, but I hope you had a lovely one if you celebrate. I am up after a very long night. I stayed up until the early hours. I was on one and I went through the bathroom cupboards. I sorted out all the travel bits in here. Let me show you. Okay, so this looks like quite a mess still. This is all travel miniatures, so I have actually categorised them as much as I can do. Ready for my next adventures, and I've put my pouches towards the back there. I just used some containers that I already had from the bathroom. That's all had a bit of a switch up. And then up here, I've got my cutlery tray, which is always good for dividing things up. It's all categorized. I've got my kind of handy gadgets for travels, including my phone clip, my little magnetic hooks for cruises, eye masks, lanyard, portable speakers and fans, and then yeah, all of the plugs and chargers. I was thinking about thinning these out a bit, and then I worked out how many I've got for kind of like each destination, and I feel like this is an okay amount with the fact that occasionally one can get left behind. So I thought I'd leave that for now. At least I can see exactly how many I've got. I certainly don't need to buy any more. And then sunglasses cases along the side. And then this is how the bathroom cupboard's looking. I'm actually thinking of installing an extra shelf here. These are removable. They were here, you know, when I moved in. They've been here for years, but obviously I've painted it all and added the addition of the doors. But these little shelves were already here. You can lift them off, and I think I might lift one off and then draw around it and maybe just create one more here. This is a bit messy still. That's where I was getting like, oh my goodness, it's past 2 a.m. situation. These are kind of like daily use bits anyway, so I guess maybe just shoving them in a basket there might be okay. Down here I had some wooden containers which are quite nice, but I am going to use them potentially in the drawers in the bedroom. These baskets you might remember I had under the TV, and I think they work quite nicely in here because they're the perfect depth. And yeah, I've just been able to, I need to push that down a bit, but yeah, been able to fit in. I've got hair, tan and face masks, and it's been this way for as long as I can remember, so I kind of know what's what. I don't need to label them. I also quite like the fact, this is funny, but I like the fact they've got the little holes for the handles, because if I have been like wanting to shove something in there and there's a little gap at the top as well, you don't have to pull them out. You can, like with my beard dye brush, I can just poke it through. It's like a little letterbox. That pleases me greatly. I've got too many contact lenses, so what I'm going to do is go to Specsavers and see if I can like cash some in or pause my delivery, because I must have just been wearing my glasses more and I haven't got around to using them all, and yeah, they add up, so I might see if I can put that on pause. Fragrances. I've been through the collection. I was thinking it might be quite nice to get a display shelf for the bottles, but then they are all categorised now in their trays. So I've got my Tom Fords back there and also my dialects, and I've kind of categorised my dialects into the fragrances that they're inspired by. So I've got some more over here as well, and I've kind of categorised them into, yeah, where I think they kind of fit within the different scent families. And yeah, they continue up. I've displayed some of the nice, like, fancy looking bottles and made this look like a little bit of a shop so I can see exactly what I've got. I am a little bit of a shower gel hoarder, as you can see. I bought quite a few of these ones in Lidl thinking that they were going to be on limited edition. Turns out they're not, so I think a few of these can be passed on as well. But yeah, nice and tidy though. The main thing is that I can see exactly what I've got everywhere, and yeah, I have been through everything, so quite pleased with that. And then what I've done is used all of these containers in here. They're quite good because you can double stack them. A little bit of work still needs to be done. I have a lot of cleaning products as part of my job. I do get sent quite a few, so I'm working my way through these. I did have to whittle down my Febreze collection, but I couldn't get rid of this one. I only spray it at autumn time, so it's lasted me a few years, but I do love my pumpkin. I don't use it very often, but when I have a good clean, I just like to spritz this around the rooms, and then this one I'll be bringing out again around Christmas time, the frosted pine and the eucalyptus. I do love that. Yeah, sunscreens are in here. These hook things are just for like drying clothes. These are the little, they're, well, I use these for the cat's litter tray. And then, yeah, all sunscreens in here, so I can easily access that to see what I've got. I've put the suitcase, the medium sized with the smaller one inside it, up on the shelf there, and it's dust covered because that doesn't get as much use. And then actually I've cleared out quite a lot of space at the top. That basket currently just has one set of clippers, and then at the back here, this one's empty, but that will be filled with toilet rolls. I'm now doing toilet rolls on subscription from Amazon because I think I spoke about this in a video quite a few months ago in terms of kind of changing the way I shop with certain things, and certain things I get delivered where it works out cheaper to kind of bulk buy a little bit. I'm also doing that with the cat litter. I think they'll be on my Amazon store. I'll check and I'll have to update all of those bits. Because I really rate the cat litter that I get now as well. The kittens love it, and yeah, it just comes in a massive bag. I think that comes every 2 months. That just about does it. Occasionally I'll need to get like one small bag from Sainsbury's just between, when I'm waiting the few extra days between the deliveries, but that's worked out. And also the toilet roll, how I've managed to do it's worked out, and you do get discount by doing subscription on Amazon, so it does work out a lot cheaper than any of the alternatives that I could find. And then those two are one less thing to think about when I do supermarket shopping. That's the tripod. I don't know why I'm holding this. I'm in a bit of a spin because I've got friends coming over, and downstairs looks awful, so I need to kind of shove everything into the boxes into the spare room down there, into the office, and yeah, try and make the living room look presentable. I did get rid of loads of like empties and things that have gone past, you know, their best in terms of like cosmetic-y bits and toiletries and that sort of thing. And I thought I'd mention to you as well the Boots recycling scheme as well, where you get 5 containers basically. You go through their app and You pop the containers in, at least 5 that you want to recycle, and then you'll get £5 worth of points when you spend £10 in store. If you've got a few bits that you want to buy in Boots anyway, or if, like me, sometimes at the airport I'll just get like a meal deal and I'll end up getting some sunscreen, that's usually coming up to around a tenner, then yeah, by spending that £10 you would then get the £5 worth of points, which obviously then you can just use on your Advantage card. So worth doing. You basically have to go through the app and select the different products that you are recycling in terms of like what the packaging is and stuff, and then you drop them off in store, scan a QR code, and yeah, I think it's well worth it. It's quite a good one. And also recently I showed you the Lush recycling where you take the containers back, the plastic containers, and I think each one, full-size one, is 50p, which is really good. I don't know if the offer's still there, but when you download the Lush app, there was a £3 voucher that you get just for like downloading it, so worth getting the app if you haven't done so already. You can't combine the offers though, so you can't then put your 50p recycled vouchers with the £3 if you do get that one, but still really good. So I just thought I'd mention those. And also a few electrical bits I need to drop off, and I'll be dropping those off at a local Recycle Your Electricals point. They've got those dotted around, and yeah, if you go on their website it'll tell you where you can recycle electricals. If there's anything with a plug, a cable, battery in it, small electronics, headphones, all that kind of stuff can all be recycled. So yeah, I'm putting a bag together of those kind of bits too. And the washing's been on this morning. The tea towels are drying with a little bit of help from a pumpkin who is loving his warm bed. He absolutely loves the heated dryer, don't you? You think this is your little sunbed, your little heated bed. You love it, don't you? I also had a go at the stairs this morning with this Soflora carpet fresh and care foam, and yeah, it's just been one of those mornings. I might pop this on with it being Easter Sunday. What do you think, Pumpkin? Funny boy. What do you think? Like Lord of the Manor today, aren't you? Happy Easter. Good morning. It is Monday morning. Yesterday was lovely, a lovely day of celebrating Easter. Went out for some nice food at a local Greek restaurant with friends, and it was fab. And yeah, back to it today. So I am going to show you next the wooden containers that I took out of the bathroom, which I've now washed and dried. They actually fit perfectly in the drawers in the bedroom, so I'm potentially going to use them in here. Let me show you those. Yeah, these ones here I picked up from a charity shop years ago. They've been spray painted, I think, because occasionally you can see where the wood's kind of chipped, but they're, yeah, solid wood with kind of like the cane sides on them. And I now have a free drawer down here, so potentially, depending on what I put into here, these do actually fit perfectly. If I just pop that in to show you, I mean, look at that. Don't you love it when this happens? I'm wondering whether would these have been Ikea with those dimensions? Possibly. But yeah, but then it leaves a bit of a void at the back. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we don't need the third in there, and I can use that somewhere else. But yeah, I've just kept those here for now, depending on what ends up in here. I've got those kind of handy. And here's Pumpkin enjoying the bed this morning. How are you today? And here is Mittens, who wants to show everybody her tummy. How are you today? You being a funny girl. Oh, you're back on here, are you? Enjoying that, nice and warm, isn't it? First things first, coffee in my Monaco Starbucks mug. And I think I'm going to start off by putting all the Easter decorations away. I've got quite a few out on the table here from yesterday, including these little chicks. So I'll get all those put away, and then, yeah, I think I'm going to use the living room for categorising donations, and Luke's popping over in a bit, and we're going to go for a nice walk and a nice coffee, just to kind of stretch the legs, get a bit of fresh air, and have a little catch up. So that'll be a welcome distraction, but then I'll come back here and get cracking with my categorising for the donations tomorrow. And look who's jumped up behind me. Hello, how are you? Am I gonna get a little kiss? Little one? That's a no. Right, let's finish this and let's make a start with today. Right, that's enough of football practice. You funny girl. My little sporty one. I've taken all the branches out and now I'm going to replace the hydrangeas, the faux hydrangeas that I had in this vase. But I'm going to leave the oasis in and this moss because I think it looks quite nice. And I was thinking then what I could do is maybe have them a bit taller in it and maybe create kind of a slightly bigger display. I might trim these down maybe just to like there, just using some pliers to get through this. They're quite thick stems. This wire, I'm sweating. I shouldn't have put this jumper on. This wire is so thick. Oh wow. Either that or these just aren't sharp enough. Oh, it's gonna be fun doing the rest. Finally got through that. Oh yeah, that is really thick wire in there. It's like a nail. Oh, but I like the way they stand up now. Look at that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work nicely. Almost looks more like a plant as opposed to an arrangement. And this is why sometimes my declutters take a longer time than anticipated. It's because I get distracted with things like flower arranging. Needs must and all that. Okay, I've got a bin underneath this. I am liking this. Bend the leaves all out of it then, make it look a bit more plant-like. You might recognise this background. We've got a little turn of events.
Well, hello everyone. How are we?
So we were going to meet up and go for a coffee or to the pub, and then one or the other. And then Luke suggested, well, I asked if I fancied a little look in Ikea, and I said yes, please, because there's a few bits that I need to pick up. So I've swung by Luke's. Luke has also made a sticky toffee pudding, which I'm about to dive into. So this is a very welcome break from the decluttering. And yeah, we're gonna have a little catch up, a little mooch around Ikea. Have you got to get any bits? Or
no.
Okay, so a little browse.
I'm always happy to browse.
Yeah, we won't be in there too long, but I've got like 3 main things I want to get. It's like extender for the village,
yeah, and
some bits that are in the pack. So like boring stuff, but useful stuff. That
good story stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All part of the process. So maybe a rug. We'll see.
Oh, the list is growing.
Yeah, it might grow. But bank holiday Monday, so we'll see what Ikea is like as well. And if it's chaos, we can always just skip straight to the
bits.
The bits. Exactly.
She's getting jealous. Sorry, that's Maggie crying in the background.
I haven't seen Maggie for the longest time, so. Hello. Oh.
Like, hello, I can smell sticky toffee pudding.
Hello. Come on then. Yeah. We'll have some kisses, thank you. Can you smell pumpkin and mittens? Oh, well, that's my pudding, Maggie, I'm afraid.
Oh, she is ready.
We have just polished off that delicious. That's so good, the sticky toffee pudding.
It was.
Oh, it's my favourite.
But I don't know, I just said that to you and I feel like I'm like, oh.
It does make you slump a little bit, but I was nearly nodding off on the way over here anyway, so the coffee's perking me up. Good. Yeah, it reminds me of like, we used to make sticky toffee pudding in the pub that I worked in back in the day, and it's just, I'm sure it's like probably the same recipe or something with that toffee sauce.
It's like classic,
yeah,
but it's just the best.
With custard.
Oh, I always. Yeah. But I know some people like ice cream, or some people like both.
Yeah, sometimes both, but I think if you have like a big portion, sometimes the ice cream's good to kind of, it cuts through it a bit, so it makes it, you can eat more. But it was perfect, yeah. And I've got a little present for Luke. So basically, when I popped into my publishers the other day, they said to me, help yourself to any books on the shelf. So obviously, you know what I'm like, I went wild and helped myself to a few that I thought some friends would like too. So yeah, I thought this might be nice for you. It's called How to Design Garden, Create and Maintain Your Dream Garden. And I had a little look, and it's got like all different like layout designs and stuff. So yeah, I thought that would be up Luke's street.
Ewan, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, I just thought that was a bit of you.
No, do you know what though? Yeah. I completely underestimated how hard it is to design a garden.
Because
I even did it the other day. This is beautiful.
The garden's looking great, by the way.
Well, thank you. I did like a little semicircle, and but even on the front, like the circles. And things like apparently circles in gardens are better, but. Oh, this is beautiful. Who's the author of this? Pollyanna Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that lavender.
Yeah.
That is just.
But it looks like a good book, because it's got like all different like how to design. It's got like talking through like paving, edging, you know, different planting and shrubs to go here and there and all that kind of stuff. So
colour theory.
Yeah, all of that.
That's something I learned at the the Chelsea flower show, about adding pops of red into your flower bed to really bring it's like a Zara's auntie told me about this as well. When you do a painting, if you put flecks of red in it, it brings all these colours. Didn't know that. Yeah. Wow, Ewan, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought that might be handy. Well, I'll link that book in the, I'm putting lots of links to this vlog, but I'll link it down there just in case any of you are keen to have a read of it yourselves. This is beautiful, thank you very, very much.
Welcome.
Wow.
Right, we're going to finish our coffee and then we're going to head to the land of dreams.
Ikea.
Well, we've made it to Ikea. Oh, seagulls. It looks quite busy. Well, the car park is, we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, there might not be too much of a browse in store on this vlog. The sale's on. It's quite a good price, this sofa, $4.99. Looks like it's quite comfy. I quite like the simple shape of that with the low arms. This one's new. It's kind of almost 60s style with that high back on it. That one is $5.50. The prices are pretty good, I think. Another new one here. This is $1,229 for this combination. Quite a modern style, if you like your neutrally kind of modern look. Yeah.
Nice texture.
Yeah, it's quite nice fabric. It's very squishy. It's quite a sweet little compact sofa. More like an occasional one. That is $279. Nice fabric, isn't it? Yeah. That would go in, you know, like if you've got a window.
Yes.
Yeah, like you've got, you know, like it fit in there quite.
Kitchen diner or something.
Yeah. I quite like this traditional shape as well, and this stripe. This is $5.50. I quite like that. It's not bad for that combination. This is a huge dining table, $449. It's massive. And then this is new over here, the Stockholm range. We're saying it's a little bit like, you know, when you get that wooden doll's house furniture with those really straight legs, the thickness of it. It's quite expensive, that one, I think. These are quite nice. $95. We have a super compact kitchen here. If you're lacking space, you know, to get a kitchen in, look how narrow this bit is with the sink. It's quite a clever design, that. And then you have got still quite a lot of surface space considering what a small area this takes up. And little pull-out cupboards like this. I guess for like a little studio or like a garden annex or something. These are good value, £9. They're metal. They've got nice yellow colour. And then for storage containers, this is a good price. They're quite nice and strong, nice beige colour, and just £1 each. This just bothers me. I cannot believe that somebody's done that to the bed. It's a good price, this little storage tray with the compartments, but we're not sure about the curves on it. I feel like that's a bit of a wasted space. And then if you've got like all longer pencils or paintbrushes, they're going to not fit in that bit. These are new, these glasses. These are made of plastic with this kind of like rib design. £1.50. They're quite nice for obviously for reusable picnics or, you know, just drinks around the home. Luke's found some nice pots. These are very you.
Oh, I just saw that.
They're kind of like the vintagey style with the nice like lip on the top there. £8. That's good.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, wooden spoons.
I'm gonna get these.
Oh, what are they? Steak knives. Yeah.
I haven't found any ever, and they look pretty good.
Yeah, £10. £10
yeah, for two. They're quite expensive usually. So
yeah.
Right.
They look nice quality with the wooden handle.
Yeah.
This is from the new Stockholm collection, £16. I feel like that's quite a cool design. It's almost like a kind of wool feel to it. Got some really bright new colours in as well with the kind of velvet fabrics for £5 each. This is a nice pattern. This is almost like kind of William Morris style. £35 for the duvet and 2 pillowcases for the double size. I do love the little cat houses, $55. Would Pumpkin and Mittens actually sleep in there though? This is the thing. And then you've got these for the Kallax units, little cat houses, for £5. That's quite cool, isn't it? So if you've got like one of the you know, the units like this one, the Kallaxes, you can then just slot one of these into one of the compartments and have a little cat house. And I guess they'd quite like it if you made it a bit higher up, like this one. Oh, and this is nice too, the rattan beds, these 80. Dog beds, yeah, 80 for those. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? That was quite successful. They don't do the drawers that I was after anymore. It was quite successful though, wasn't it?
All in all, aside from that, you got everything that was on your list.
So with my packs, they now don't do the wire mesh basket drawers for the size that I've got. They only do like 50 or 100, and the section that I've got is 44. So they do not do them anymore, but they still do the scub zippable containers at that size. So it's a bit of a strange one. Don't also do the internal shelves for that section, so I'm gonna have to work with what I've got, or Luke was suggesting make some shelves.
If you could, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a weird thing that they haven't got that specific size across any range. So,
and it's such a long-standing range, the packs. Like the wardrobe's over 10 years old, the range is still going, but it's just annoying that they've then switched around dimensions of things or discontinued them. So we bought some nuts.
Tempted by a hot dog and a cinnamon bun, but we went for
with
nuts.
the family card, the cashews are £1 and the almonds are 75p. So really good value actually, because you get like 60 grams. So yeah, which here you go.
Thank you very much.
So we're gonna eat our nuts.
As our sustenance.
Yeah, and home time. I just got back. That was a very lovely afternoon. Definitely more productive than going to the pub, and I think we probably had just as much fun going around Ikea together. So yeah, I've got a couple of these scubs for the bedroom. The ones that I've got in there already, they fit perfectly. So yeah, 2 more of these. I'll reconfigure that section of the wardrobe slightly, and that'll give me a little bit more storage in there. It is a shame about those wire baskets not being in that size anymore, but yeah, I'll just have to rethink what I'm going to do with what I had planned. And then I picked up one of these rugs. Now Luke has this under his dining table and I was admiring it, and he said it was from Ikea, and so I've basically copied him. It's going to be really nice for in here. It's actually an indoor-outdoor rug. This one is called Lidl, and yeah, decent size, nice and big, so it'll go under a dining table. It says in Ikea that it's great for that because of its material. It's very easy to slide chairs off it, to hoover it quickly. So yeah, great for kind of living room dining spaces. So that's what I had in mind. I think the kittens will like this texture too. They do love the kind of woven, natural woven mats. Occasionally their claws do get a little sharpen on them, but this one's nice and robust. And it's also good for outdoors too, so it's water resistant, so great for spillages, pet messes, that kind of thing. So yeah, very pleased with that, £59 as well, so good price. And then I've got my Billy bookcase extender, which I'm going to put together probably this evening whilst I'm watching some TV, and this will go onto the Billy in the office to add that little bit more storage in there, which is always handy. And then I've got 2 of these little storage containers, saying the word storage a lot. These are to go in the cupboard here. These can just slide in on that top shelf, and I thought they were quite good, £1 each as well, and you get a lot in there. So yeah, I thought they were very good. If they are successful, I might even pick up a few more, and I quite like the simple beige colour. But yeah, I've got a lot of sorting to do this evening, so I've got to get all my donations ready for tomorrow. Alrighty, so we have this space here which had one of these containers in it. Well, 2 of them. I've got 2 down here. So in this section I'm going to pop in one of the scubs that I bought today, and then I'll move one of the shelves up and be able to fit in another one in here. Then I'll have a little bit of extra space, and then 2 down there. It'll be a bit tidier, won't it, Pumpkin? I'm going to crack on with that now. Right, that's the new shelf in, and then Pumpkin. You always want to help. Look. So, should we try it for size? Are you going to go in with it? Come on then. Right, let's squeeze it in. That means, what are you going to do? Are we happy with the fit? What do you think? All good? Fits nicely, that's a bit smart. We've now got a narrow gap underneath, so we'll have to sort that out. But yeah, I think Pumpkin approves. So that's good. And then I can put these ones back in here. I freed up, basically one shelf was underneath the basket, which was redundant. So I've been able to utilise that one here. I've got quite a narrow gap here, which will be quite handy, I think. I'll get some like a narrow box or something that I can slide into there. You like that? Do you like that? Maybe I should have got you one of those little Kallax cat houses. I think maybe you would like one of them. And they're only a £5, so next time I'm in Ikea I might pick one up to give them a go. But yeah, let's get you out. Come on. Let's get you out of here. Come on, onto the bed. Silly Pumpkin. Come on, out you get. Go on, Pumpkin. Come on. Good boy. Whoa. There goes the camera. pumpkin, you are so funny. What are you doing? Right, come on. I'll see you tomorrow. It is 2 days later, so today is Wednesday. I skipped vlogging yesterday because basically I got confused with the days and I booked the zip car for today. So that's all good because it meant that I could spend yesterday catching up on some work. I also got my hair cut. I'm delighted that my favourite barber is back. I thought he'd left, but he was on an extended break for like 3 months, so I was devastated. If you get your barber that you love, I'm sure you know how I felt when he disappeared. But yeah, he's back, so I was very happy about that. So I got my hair cut. And yeah, today I've got the car for a couple of hours, so I'm able to do some drop-offs with this lot. So yeah, let me show you what's gonna go. So all of this is heading out, and yeah, that's gonna fill the car and probably the back seat as well. So yeah, good old declutter. That is the donations dropped off. The charity shops were very happy with them. I split it between a couple. I got all of the stuff to one that I just thought it's one that I know accepts everything, like mixture of bric-a-brac, clothing, household bits and pieces. And then I separated the books, take them to an Oxfam Books because I know that they can get probably some more money for them in there. And yeah, it feels good. So I'm going to wrap up this video here, I think. But what I'll do is I think I'll do another vlog on kind of how I'm organising and creating like storage solutions within things like my wardrobe, within like the cabinet in the living room and stuff like that, and show you how I'm kind of getting to grips with things within those. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you're doing something similar, leave me a comment and let me know how you're getting on and we can motivate each other. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you very soon. Bye.